I'm gonna be passing judgment on my pre-fight prediction for this. This is technically my first pre-fight breakdown and prediction for an MMA fight. My boxing record is like 7-1, maybe 6-1, something like that. Maybe only 5-1. I don't know. But this is my first official one for MMA. So, but my judgment so far is I'll say it's a no contest. It's not a win or a loss because I wasn't too confident in my prediction and I wasn't too accurate in my exact simulation. However, I was correct about a few important things and I was correct about the outcome. Let's talk about it. But also there's an important lesson at the end. So stick around for the end where we talk about an important takeaway from this fight. Also, hit the like button and the subscribe button and another game. Apparently, Izzy was supposed to help Jamal prep for Alex. But here's what I said about that. I was comparing Jamal to Izzy prior in my pre-fight breakdown. This is an important part. I got Alex winning because when he fought Izzy and he got knocked out in that exchange, he got knocked out by one of the best exchange artists in mid-range and on the inside in the UFC. So many of Izzy's knockouts come in those mid-range and tight exchanges. I don't think I've seen enough from Hill to make me believe that he's on that level in those types of exchanges. But now here's the full fight simulation, what I had to say, how I thought this was gonna go. All right, so this fight is gonna start off relatively slow and low output for both men, but I think the hand fighting starts pretty fast. The right hand of Jamal and the left hand of Alex. And Alex tries to establish some sort of leg kick game with the left outside kicks, some of them landing on Jamal. And I think pretty early after the hand fighting, Jamal will be the one to initiate the hunt. I think he'll be the one putting pressure on Alex. Alex will be mostly fine with that. In the process of trying to escape some of the exchanges, Alex is going to get caught, and I think Jamal might catch some of the leg kicks, try and counter him off of that. And I think even by the second round, Jamal is going to find the distance and time Alex on the exit, probably hurt him just a little bit. And then in the process of Jamal rushing in, they're going to exchange. But then one of the shots is going to sneak through, very similar to the Yuri fight. Even though I thought Alex would get backed up because he would have respect for Jamal's power and reach. But in order for those things to matter, Alex has to have respect for your technique. You have to be able to reach him, basically. You have to be able to get to him. You have to be able to land. With Yuri in the previous fight, Yuri doesn't load up. He doesn't telegraph. His shots just come straight out. That's why he's so hard to deal with. Movement, he's throwing these shots from low angles that you can't really see and separate out of your peripheral vision, and they're going straight up. So it's really hard to deal with that stuff. And they were surprising Alex, and they were hurting, and most importantly, they were landing. So Alex had to respect Yuri, which is why Yuri was able to push back Alex, and why he was able to push back everyone else. In this fight, Jamal had some small and sometimes big telegraphs, but telegraphs nonetheless. And those telegraphs tell everything Alex he needs to know. Boom. Kind of like drops right before he throws the cross. Alex just barely gets out of the way, and we're finna show a couple more. Another one. Steps in. Let's see if we can see this coming. So when he throws his body kick, you see Jamal get low, and then he just barely turns away from that right hook because he expected it. He saw that coming. That one wasn't too bad because it was all like in the commotion of trying to catch the kick. This is another example. Boom, drops it and then try to throw it from that position. Alex just backs up. He's like, even if that does land, which it didn't, he was like, I'm going to pull away from that. He saw the shot coming, basically. And you wonder why he was so confident when he waved off Herb Dean. He was never worried about Jamal Hill landing anything of significance because Jamal was going to struggle to land anything in the first place. And because of that, my simulation was thrown off. Jamal never backs up Alex, at least not for any extended period of time. Alex never gets caught backing up, which was an important part. And instead, Alex keeps coming forward and just annihilates Jamal early. I thought it would go to the second round because I thought Jamal would have been at least been able to threaten Alex, but that was not the case. I didn't think that the leg kicks would be as big of a deal as most people thought, which is why I barely mentioned them in the simulation and in the breakdown. But of course, I did mention that it would be with the left leg and not the right leg. But what I didn't realize is that once you take Alex's leg kicks away, he stops sniping. He stops trying to pick you apart and he starts hunting. That's where things get bad. That's where only 2 people so far have been able to escape Alex when he's really on the hunt. Oh wait, no, I think Bruno Silva. Oh, 3. Technically Bruno Silva, but his career has been changed ever since. Well, and Chris Weidman. We don't got to talk about that. Two people primarily. Izzy, who went to war with him and won because he's one of the best exchange artists in UFC. He has like 3 KOs in those types of exchanges. So he's one of the best in the world. And then Jan. And Jan turned into a wrestler. So no one 205 or below is outstriking this man. Somebody either has to wrestle him or he has to face a heavyweight. Those are the only ways it seems like it's possible for him to lose right now. But here's the takeaway that I said in the beginning. One thing we can take away from this is oftentimes people talk about respecting power, respecting speed. But when you're in there with somebody so experienced, so sharp, so aware, like Alex, for example, they see every minute movement. So even the slightest telegraphs make you look like you're moving in slow motion, basically. So sometimes it's more so about respecting technique. Because Jamal does hit hard. I don't think has crazy power, but he could hurt Alex. But in order to hurt somebody, you have to hit them first. In order to hit them, you got to have the type of technique that is not easy to read. Now, as I said in the beginning, I consider this prediction a no contest because it wasn't that accurate, but it wasn't too inaccurate either. So it's not a win or a loss. My first MMA official prediction. That's all, Fight Scientist. Immortality Serum out.